how are you? It's Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another prep day. We're gonna get ready for the week ahead. Who's excited? What are we preparing for, you ask? Great question. We're gonna start with chicken salad wraps, go to taco salad, vegetarian red curry, BBQ Night, and chicken Caesar pizza to end the week. Sound good? Okay. So we're gonna get some stuff prepped. I got 3 different levels there, depending on your level of motivation. Every little bit helps. And meal prep is so important because it's what keeps you accountable to a meal plan. If you just have recipes, you don't have a meal plan, you have a menu, okay? And we wanna give you a real meal plan. So this is why things like HelloFresh and stuff like that work, because the food is already chopped up for you. And just that little step really helps you get over that hump for motivation. Instead you're just like dumping stuff into a pot and letting it go. So much easier than prepping. So we're gonna do it all at once. Now I'm going to start with level 3, or part of level 3. I'm gonna cook my chicken for the chicken salad wraps now, so that it's all ready for me tomorrow. I'm already in the kitchen, I'm already gonna be going around and doing things, so I'm gonna cook the chicken in my pressure cooker. I actually have frozen chicken in there. Whenever chicken breasts are on sale, I tend to just buy a whole bunch of them, and then I'll separate them out individually. So if I need 2 breasts, I can get 2 breasts. If I need 1, I can get 1. Saves me money, makes good use of a freezer. So let's go now that we've got part of step 3 done. I mean, if you're on that, you're already like pot committed to step 3, right? Or not, it's okay. Okay, prep basics. Always want to make sure to have a cutting board and a sharp knife. A sharp knife, I cannot stress this enough, helps to keep you safe. Seems like a sharp knife would just have you cutting yourself instead, but it really, really doesn't. All right. Now, if you have a dull blade, you end up sort of sawing it back and forth to do whatever you're doing. And it's way more likely to slip, and then you have an oops. If you have a sharp knife, it's going to strike true, it's gonna do what it's supposed to, and then you are way less likely to find yourself covered in Band-Aids. Meal prep though, do I have anybody who's like addicted to meal prep? Because it's like after you start with it and you see what kind of a difference it makes in your week. Like, anybody else have an onion that is as stubborn as my onion? Because my goodness, this thing is just, I might have to see if there's like some hacks for this or something online. Stubborn onion peels. Hopefully it means it's nice and fresh. Cross fingers. There we go. Caitlin 1, onion 0. So I'm gonna start by chopping 1 onion and then slicing another. I'm gonna use my food chopper for this. I do want it fairly fine, especially since I'm using some in the chicken salad, and nobody wants like a nice big juicy crunchy piece of onion. I guess it's not fair for me to speak to like nobody wants that. I don't want that. Fabulous. All right. myself out a scraper here. Can't be prepared with everything. So, one chopped onion, okay, so if you're jealous of my cutting board with pockets, you're not alone. Learned that cutting boards are like leggings. You don't think that they need pockets until you try one with pockets, and then you realize that you were just missing pockets your entire life. So I make use of these pockets by having one pocket for garbage and one pocket for good stuff. And it's super handy. It's one of those like little luxuries that once you go there, I think it's hard to go back. Man, just had this knife sharpened the other day, and whew, it went from like wonderful to gorgeous. Like, what's that noise that I hear behind me? This is how good my baby brain is right now. It's like, oh yeah, that's a pressure cooker. So I'm just putting a little bit of a divider in my prep container. So I'm packing the onions together. I think I did something fine with that when I plugged it in. Okay. So, onions are both packed up together. That is good to go. Now, the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to chop up some celery. Just give it a little chop to the wonky bits at the end. I'll give it a rough chop before I give it a finer chop with my chopper. Again, I'm chopping my celery. Fine. Because I don't personally want huge chunks of celery in there either. There we go. A little package, gift wrapped, good to go. Okay, I am going to trim some green beans. So I did buy ones that were already Apparently I bought them and they're actually already trimmed and stuff too, so that was a bonus. They didn't have any bulk ones at the store, so yes, my green beans are good to go. But otherwise, I'd just be trimming off the ends of them to make sure that they're good. Let's see, we're on level 2. You still with me? This is our cheesy step. I am just going to get a prep mat to put over this. I'm dairy free. I don't want cheese in my stuff. The rest of the people in my home are not dairy free, so they will want cheese in their stuff. So I'm just putting a prep mat over top of this just to keep it all separate. Whew. So I'm going to do 1 cup of, well, cheddar. We do a lot of marble at this house, so that's what I went with. Really, most things when it comes to cheese, you can just do whatever you want to do. Like, take what's in the meal plan, but you kind of fill in those blanks yourself. You know your family, you know what your family likes, you know what you like. So there's no hard and fast rules to this. Just go with it. All right. Okay. So, it's a cup-ish. The thing actually measures, I think it's just over 2 cups, but I hear if you're a cheese person, you measure cheese with your heart, so that's what I tried to do. Well, I didn't try to measure with my heart, because my heart would say, ooh, gross, none of it. But I tried to measure with my family's heart. We are also going to grate up some pizza cheese, which, I mean, you probably don't want to put cheddar on your pizza. Maybe you do, and if you do, awesome, go ahead and do that. But pizza cheese is usually something that we'll pick up, and what kind of cheese you pick up for your pizza makes a huge difference in the flavor of your pizza. So never ever ever just get the cheap pizza cheese. Find a good pizza cheese. You hold on to that thing and you don't let it go. See, even though I'm not a cheese lover, I am a pizza lover. I wish it loved me, but I do get some pretty good tricks for doing dairy-free pizza. I've got a few different food intolerances, so I actually haven't found any dairy-free cheeses that I don't have a sensitivity to. Most have flavorings of some kind, and there's so many things that can be not disclosed, just in things that say flavors, natural flavors, stuff like that. So I cannot risk it personally, but I'm open to suggestion. If you know of any and you think that they're really, you know, good and not full of garbage, I would definitely give them a go. Woo. It attacked me, you saw that, right? Okay, it almost like kind of fled from me, it left me. Didn't come towards me at all. Okay. Next time on Caitlin versus the cheese grater. All right. probably enough, but rather be safe than sorry. Okay. Here we go. So, I'm going to pack up the marble in its own thing. This one, I'm actually going to put a divider in it because we have pizza cheese and we have Parmesan cheese both going on our chicken Caesar pizza this week. So rather than use 2 containers in them, because let's be real, fridge space is usually at a premium. So rather than risk it, okay, get my Parmesan cheese, gonna do about 1/4 of a cup just to go on the chicken Caesar pizza. And you could get parm that is already ground, but you tend to get less ingredients and better flavor when you're doing it this way. So, and for any of you people that are lactose free, Parmesan cheese is pretty much lactose free. So you can probably have it. Okay, here we go. Put that all together. So there is our pizza cheese all ready to go. Awesome. We just got a couple things really left that we can prep. I'm sure you can look through this list and find more things on it that you could do, and I hope you do. But we're going to move on to, I'm going to chop the lettuce first. Now we're using lettuce for both chicken salad wraps, and we are going to be using it for our taco salad as well. So I'm just going to chop up the whole thing. If there's anything left over, it's going to be used in side salads and whatnot throughout the week. So it is never going to go to waste. It's one of those things, if you have salad prepared, like if you have it chopped up, which, I mean, we can time this here. It's literally probably like 45 seconds to a minute or something to chop up a whole head of lettuce roughly. And then you have yourself prepared for side dishes. But if you had to go through this whole thing every time to make a side dish, you're probably not going to. So you do actually tend to eat a little healthier when you're meal planning, because if you have it prepared, you're going to use it, you're going to eat it. I find that especially with fruit, if when I come home from the grocery store, instead of putting it in the fridge, I wash it before I put it in the fridge, always goes way quicker, especially like the kids will eat it anytime because I'll prepare it anytime they ask. But for me, it's me, I get lazy about it. But if it's washed and prepped and ready to go, then there's like no reason for me not to just reach in the fridge, grab an apple, grab a slice of watermelon. Watermelon was on sale this week. It was a pretty exciting week. It's the little things, right? Throw all that lettuce in there. There we go. Gonna be ready for either the taco salads, maybe some side salads. We'll see how far it goes. I never mind having the problem of needing to buy more lettuce because it was eaten. That's not a bad problem to have. Okay, so doing some sweet potato to go with the curry. Curry is a great dish to be able to throw some leftovers in. Like, I would recommend take this day while you're in a groove, while you're doing your thing, just take a couple minutes, look in the fridge, see what needs to be used, see what's going to go bad, and decide, am I going to eat that this week? Can I put it into another recipe? Like, if there's veggies, you can probably throw them into the curry. Or chop them up and throw them in your chicken salad. Like, really, like, there's not much you couldn't throw in these things. But look at it. Check your fridge, see what you got that needs to be used or thrown out. Decide now how you're going to incorporate that into meals. Or if you're going to freeze it, and you can prepare it now while you already get the dishes out. Prepare it, freeze it, use it another day. But doing that, going through your fridge at this time throughout the week, it also cuts down on the waste that you have. When you're cutting down on your waste, it means you're eating more of your food that you actually have and using it. If you're using more of your food, then you are spending less money. You're saving money. Like, this is one of the reasons why that people save so much money when they're meal planning. It's just through accidental things like that. Planning, being prepared. So I'm not really cutting these up with any real rhyme or reason. I'm kind of like slicing and quartering them. When, of course, we're making the curry, slicing it a little thinner means that it's going to cook a little faster. It's cooked a little faster, saving you time. So you can cut up your stuff however you want to, but I will do it with time saving in mind. When you're cutting up your potato or sweet potato, you do want to make sure that you have it stored in water for the week. So whatever container you put it in, make sure it is one that you can put some water in, because then it's going to stay good for you. No sense in putting this time aside to get your prep done and then having it go bad by the time you get to use it. That's also why I am not cooking up more chicken to go for the pizza later in the week, because I don't want it to go bad. Like, probably Thursday I will do the same thing, and I'll just put some chicken in the pressure cooker while I'm prepping supper. No skin off my back, and then it'll be good to go for the pizza on Friday. All right, guys, thank you so very much. I hope you enjoy the recipes this week. As always, I'd love to hear what you think, and I hope you are saving yourself some time, some energy, and some money with meal planning, and I will see you soon. See you next week. Bye-bye.